Jimmy Cohn here in Las Vegas in the great mission control of one of my dear friends and a guy that, when I met this guy, we were in a stairway and I heard the guy say the Grateful Dead, and right there I knew this was a guy I needed to talk to.
It's Jerry Garcia.
And this guy is just a man after my own heart. He's a collector of everything that I love: music, memorabilia, the Grateful Dead, and a cigar smoker. One of the great cigar smokers. Has one of the great humidors you'll ever see in anybody's home. But Norman, I know that you. I mean, how is everything going? Here we are, 2009, and while the world is, the economy's a little struggling. But what's going on with Norman?
Well, it's coming up to in August will be the 40th anniversary of Woodstock.
Look at that.
Which is pretty cool. I was just emailing with Michael Lang and working on doing the 40th anniversary of Woodstock. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be an outdoor concert, hopefully in Central Park, providing we get all the permits. I'm hoping that Jimmy Cohn Productions can make the tickets and all our flyers, our brochures, and all the advertising for us.
Now you're pretty tight with that Dennis Lovell who owns all these Kyoki's Donkey Balls stores and is one of the great wholesalers on the islands of Hawaii.
He's got great products. My God, his products are amazing.
Yeah.
His smoking ass cigars are really, really good. The long filler, it's a really good cigar. Their chocolate is to die for. They make donkey balls, donkey beans, dingleberries. Dingleberries.
Now that's kind of an interesting
they're
thing.
Chocolate-covered strawberries. They're really, really good.
Yeah. Now, let's talk a little bit about your history with the Grateful Dead and the people that you knew. You're very close with what's the fellow's the T-shirt fellow, Liquid Blue.
Liquid Blue is Paul Radulis.
No, what's the other gentleman's name?
Martin Leffers from Not Fade Away Tie-Dye.
Not Fade Away, who's been around the Dead.
He just did Mountain Jam this past weekend.
Yeah, and he's been around the Dead for how many years?
Well, I met Martin through Osley. This guy Osley used to make Purple Osley back in the day when LSD was big in the 60s.
Right.
And I met Martin back then backstage at a Grateful Dead show.
But you grew up in Woodstock, didn't you? Woodstock, New York.
Near Woodstock. I grew up upstate New York.
Yeah.
In the Catskills.
But you were at the show.
I went there on a 5-speed bicycle.
You are one of the 250,000 people who really was there.
Yeah, I went there on a 5-speed bicycle. I pedaled 22 miles. I came home on a 10-speed. Lost my virginity at Woodstock.
Hold on. Went on a 5-speed and came home on a 10-speed. So you put 5 gears on the bike while you were at the show?
No, somebody took my bike and there was a bike there, and I needed to get home.
Right. You didn't have a golf cart back then to take you home?
I was only 12 years old.
Okay. But you have a little golf cart history, right?
We had Scrambler. My parents were in Cushman golf carts.
Yeah.
But my dad leased the promoters, these Scramblers. In the beginning of the Woodstock movie, you'll see it. It's an ATV. It's a little red buggy. Actually, I can bring it up and show you a picture of it. It's pretty cool.
Now, you and the great Jimmy Cohn and Jimmy Cohn Productions, several years ago, you took me with you to New York, and what was billed as a Woodstock concert was not really.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We went to Roy Howard's farm, which was Max Yasgur's home.
Yeah. And
there was a concert there. There was probably 10,000 people. It was muddy. We had to go to Walmart and buy boots. Remember?
Yes.
Because of the mud.
Yeah.
And
I do recall
we were hanging out with Melanie back then.
Yeah, and I believe Country Joe was the only guy that was there. We got his autograph.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember that. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you went with me on that one.
So, but you're healthy, and when you know so many people around the country, and with your music history and whatnot, you always I know who do you always tout as the guy that you recommend for your CDs, your DVD production and packaging, and of course
Jimmy Cohn Productions.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Whenever my friends coming out with a new CD or making a video and they need to do any advertising, they need brochures, they need flyers, they need posters made, who do I call? Jimmy Cohn.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
God bless.
He is quick. He is honest. His product is phenomenal, really phenomenal. he blows away the competition in prices, and the service. You know, people, the economy is really, really bad right now, and people are going out of business left and right. And the reason that Jimmy is doing so well is because he gives 150% of himself in his service. I mean, I called him yesterday and told him that I needed him here today because Dennis is flying out tonight. And Jimmy got in the car, no questions asked, drove 4.5 hours so he could be here today. I don't know what he had going or what he had planned. He dropped everything
Probably nothing.
To be here. Seriously.
God bless.
But that's the kind of service you get from Jimmy Cohn Productions. Jimmy Cohn, all I can tell you is I love him. And the cool thing about Jimmy, he loves a good cigar.
That's right.
And you know what? I got lots of cigars, so I could bribe him all the time. You give you a good cigar, come on down.
Come on over.
And,
God bless. There he is, the great Norman Karp, everybody.
Peace.
Have a great day, Norman. We love you.
Have a
Stay
good day.
healthy, buddy.